Come along with me and the butterflies and bees. We can wander through the city streets and go to work as a bus tour guide. That doesn't seem right. But let's be real, more adventure time is always right. Welcome back to ChannelFrederator. Let's talk about whether it's okay to drag a poor old antiquarian back into the magical world that drove him mad. Is Adventure Time really back? Technically, a new 10-episode adult-focused spin-off of Adventure Time is what we're looking at here. Finn and Jake's story has come to an end, and now it's time for someone else to take their time in the sun. At San Diego Comic-Con, the first trailer for Fiona and Cake was revealed, showing us an unfamiliar yet familiar world. Nope, we don't start out in Ooh. Instead, we get to take a look at the decidedly humdrum life of Fiona and her cat Cake. Cake doesn't seem to be too chatty and could very well just be an average house cat. And Fiona is stuck in a boring world that she doesn't like much. Well, that doesn't seem too adventure timey now, does it? But there's more to this than initially meets the eye. Simon Petrikov, aka the human who turned into the Ice King, is around, and he's on a pretty magical looking adventure of his own. There's even a quick shot of a beardless Ice King jamming out on an icy piano. There are a few more familiar faces that place us back in the Adventure Time world that we know and love. Goo monsters from the Mushroom War make an appearance. And near the end of the trailer, there's a whole lot of Prismo action, with Fiona and Cake zooming around his funky little space cube. This implies that some wishing might be going on. Perhaps to make things a little less mundane, maybe give Cake the ability to talk and shapeshift. So who are Fiona and Cake? The titular characters of this new show come from a very special place. Drum roll, please. Fanfiction. Well, sort of. An animator who worked on the OG Adventure Time had drawn a gender-bent version of Finn and Jake, with Jake even getting his species bent for fun and posted it online. Folks liked it so much that Fiona and Cake eventually made it into the show as official characters. The stories that feature the two flipped the whole world of Ooh so that familiar characters were now on the opposite end of the gender spectrum. Marceline became Marshall Lee, Princess Bubblegum became Prince Bubblegum, Lumpy Space Princess became Lumpy Space Prince, and rocked a sick dirt stash, etc. It's all a fun and good time that showcases popular characters in new ways. In the end, it turns out that all of these reversed characters were actually fan fiction inventions of the Ice King himself. He just likes everyone so much, he's gotta write some fan fiction about them. And of course, he makes these swapped characters like him in the stories. Some good old-fashioned wish fulfillment, you know? What's a good fanfic without tropes? Of course, these versions of the characters were just a figment of the Ice King's imagination, so what's going on with Fiona and Cake in the new series? What's their deal? Well, it looks like they're a pretty average person-pet duo living their boring city lives as best as they can. Fiona then wishes for some more magic and excitement, and apparently she gets it. What else did we learn from the trailer? There are a lot of little Easter eggs littered throughout this trailer, and blink if you'll miss it moments too. There's a dude playing guitar on the street, and if you look closely, you'll notice a bat on his instrument. Perhaps a little nod to Marceline the Vampire Queen. And the guy working in the coffee shop has pink hair very reminiscent of Prince Bubblegum. After Fiona remarks that the world should be more magical, everything takes on a more pastel-themed color scheme. I'm guessing this part specifically is a dream sequence, as Fiona is leaping up tall buildings holding a warhammer and in a funky costume, and Cake is pulling off some distinctly Jake the Dog style shape-shifting moves. After that, the colors return to quote-unquote normal adventure time, and Fiona and Cake are running through a magical forest. Fiona is even wearing her Finn-inspired outfit from the Ice King fanfic, funky long-eared hood and all. Petrikov finds himself in a bunch of distressing scenarios, either squooshing his face all around, facing off against a sea monster, or walking sullenly with bandages on his arm through an enchanted glade. What is possibly the most interesting thing about this trailer, though, is the introduction of a new unnamed character who seems to be related to Simon somehow. We first see them zooming above some fire creatures on a weird contraption along with Fiona, but then it immediately cuts to this character sadly watching as a garage door closes in front of them. They're wearing a Fiona costume, decidedly not Finn, check the extra long ears and socks, and are focused on a Fiona and Cake book tossed in a trash bin. And is that a sensibly suited leg in the foreground? Perhaps this is Simon's granddaughter who found his old fanfic from days gone by, but Simon wants to keep the past in the past. That's just a theory. The very next shot though is of a young Marceline looking up at someone about to don the Ice King crown. Adventure Time fans will be familiar with the Marceline Ice King story where Simon slowly goes insane due to use of the magic crown while trying to keep him and Marceline alive. Maybe we're not so far off with our theory here then. Plus, check out this one shot of Simon dangling from a rock climbing harness. Who is he attached to? Someone with long, flowing blonde hair and a green backpack, eh? Could that be Time Skip Finn? Lots to consider here and lots to look forward to. A brand new Adventure Time adjacent story, 10 whole episodes and lots of fun little details to glom onto. Do you think Fiona and Cake are really going on an adventure, or is this just an extended cut of some Ice King fanfic? Will Simon make it out of here alive? Make sure you let us know in the comments and subscribe for more news like this. Thanks for watching, and remember, Frederator loves you.